Morning, everyone. This is Cindy from My Altered Muse, and I'd like to welcome you to my studio this morning. Um, I have some beautiful needle kits that I would like to show you this morning. I have them in my shop, and I've had several people want to see a closer look up of them. So I thought that we would go over these this morning just really quickly, and then I can put in my Etsy where they're listed that they can come to my YouTube channel and check them out further. So let's move some of them aside here. And let's start out with this sweet one. I use vintage, yes, I use vintage quilts to make these. And this one measures, let's see here, let me get a smaller ruler. This one measures 4 by 8 if you open it up, and it's 4 by let's see, 4 by 5 closed. Okay, so what I have done is I've taken a quilt and I did a blanket stitch around. I added some vintage lace right here, a vintage doily, a pretty rose, hand paper made rose, and this is some of my coveted bling that I get from Sheila Gingrich. She has the most beautiful things. So we're gonna open it up. And I've used a real pretty quilt print inside. And on this page we have a couple of doilies. This one's a vintage, this one's not. You can take them out and use them. And on this page, this is a stick pin that you can add on to something. Let me get it closer so you can see it. It's just beautiful. Okay, then we turn the page, and the pages inside are felt, and this is some pretty trim, and I added needles to get you started, and this is a little tuck, and I added a little piece of beautiful trim. This also came from Sheila. And then we're going to turn it over, and I did some cross stitch. We got a couple of buttons here. Some vintage buttons here, this little pocket, and a tape measure, and a little flower cluster here, and I added some DMC floss here. This is a beautiful piece here. You can unclip it and use it. And we have a cute little pair of stork scissors here. And I've made a little lace holder, and I tucked it into a into this little gathered yo-yo. And then we turn over, and we have some beautiful pearl stick pins. And then here there are 4 skeins of DMC floss in various coordinating shades of pink. Okay, so let me see if I can bring this in a little bit. Yeah, let's do another flip through closer up. Okay, here we go. Just beautiful. Okay, and this is in my Etsy shop, and let me go ahead and zoom back out, and I will put the link below. Okay, our second one, let me see if I can do a little zoom. Our second one is another vintage quilt. On the front, I have added the appliques, a beautiful vintage piece of jewelry, a flower, and a stick pin, and then I've tied it all up with a pretty piece of sari silk. So let's open this up. And we have a vintage piece of, this actually came off of a dresser scarf. And then this has a lot of beautiful lace in it. And then I slow stitched on here. Let me get this up a little bit so you can see it. And here's another piece of vintage crochet, and I tucked a pair of scissors in there. We have, I did a little vintage stitching here. Here are some needles, some safety pins, a pretty little piece of ribbon, and right here, and then this is a yo-yo yo-yos that you can remove and use in your projects. Here's a beautiful, beautiful beaded piece, and it's on. I've got it clipped in with a pretty crown stick pin. More lace and some more lace. More lace. And I added this beautiful card with some applique, another little yo-yo with some buttons. And finally, we're going to finish it off with a little pocket with some vintage lace in it. Okay, so this is the second one. Okay, now this one I love. I did a butterfly stick pin right here, a beautiful, beautiful crystal here, some lace trim with some pearls, some lovely blue eyelet embroidery, and you're going to open this up, and this is a needle keep, and I've added a pocket here, and needles, applique, pins. This comes off, you can use it. There's more needles. Here's a needle threader. Here's some appliques, some beautiful stick pins, and another pocket. And this measures, where'd my little ruler go? This measures, let's see here. This measures 7 inches, and when it's opened up, it measures, this one's actually 7 by 8, okay? So this is another beautiful one that's in my shop. And last but not least, here is this one, beautiful sari silk ribbon. Another vintage quilt, and this one is just full of wonderful things. Lace and buttons. Here is a tape measure. We're going to flip this over. We have all kind of vintage laces with a little thimble. Here's another applique, more pins. Here's another applique, needles, buttons, a pair of scissors, some trim that you can use, and some beautiful DMC thread, and a little pocket, and I tucked a sweet little tag in with some trim. So, and this is a beautiful vintage button and some vintage doily. And this is the fourth one. So, these are all listed in my shop. And I just wanted to give a quick overview so everyone could see them. And I want to thank you so very much. And if you have any questions, just jump on and message me. I will be glad to go over each one of them again. And there will also be a link to each one of them from my YouTube to my shop. Okay? Okay, thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.